Controversy seems to spread like wildfire these days, so I have produced this video in a cheap and blatant attempt to gain more views. Here are the 10 most controversial pictures ever. This is undoubtedly the most controversial image of 9/11, taken by Thomas Hoepker. It shows a group of friends relaxing in casual conversation. The only problem is that we can see the Twin Towers burning in the background. Publication of the image was met by huge public backlash. People simply couldn't believe they were so relaxed during an attack so horrific. They say it represents everything wrong with the Western world, but that can't be true. There already is an image that represents everything wrong with the Western world, and here it is. This is a screenshot from a video filmed in 1933. It shows a 7-year-old girl giving a Nazi salute. Now that alone is controversial, but what makes it worse is that this girl is Princess Elizabeth Windsor, who did of course grow up to be the actual queen. This image was covered up for many decades, but earlier this year it was published by a newspaper. Part of the controversy was the implication that her uncle had taught her the salute. This photograph shows a woman and her goddaughter falling from a fire escape. To escape a fire in their building, they climbed onto the fire escape, but it collapsed beneath them, resulting in a 50-foot fall to the ground. The image caused huge public outcry, which in turn led to new fire escape regulation. Within 24 hours of the incident, the regulation was restructured in the city of Boston, which was the location of the collapse. At number 7 we have what is possibly the most tasteless newspaper headline of all time. Printing a picture of a man about to be hit by a moving train. The newspaper editors declare he is doomed. The image is controversial for obvious reasons. The main one being the New York Post's exploitation of the death of a man. But also that the photographer didn't even try and save the man. He simply started taking pictures. Grigory Nelyabov was an astronaut in the Soviet space program. All information relating to him was stricken from the government record after his dismissal from the program in 1963. The Soviet authorities even removed his image from photographs. This is one of the photographs he was removed from. In this original version we can see him at the back, but in this edited version, he is gone. Airbrushing him out of a photo was such a Soviet thing of the Soviets to do. And when people found out about this whole thing, they started wondering how many more people the Soviet Union has removed from history. My guess is a lot more. During the Iraq War, a car drove past a US Army checkpoint without stopping. The American soldiers reacted by spraying the car with bullets until it stopped. They approached the vehicle to see 5 screaming children next to their parents who were killed by the gunfire. This photograph was taken of the 5-year-old child covered in the blood of her parents. Many have called it the most iconic image of modern conflict. Omaira Sanchez was a 13-year-old Colombian girl who died in a volcano eruption. The Nevado del Ruiz volcano erupted in 1985. It destroyed 13 villages and killed over 22,000 people. In this image we can see Sanchez trapped under debris from a collapsed house. It became a popular image worldwide, especially after she died of hypothermia. She was trapped alive for 3 days. But the Colombian government still didn't rescue her, even after the Red Cross asked them for help. The death of Omaira Sanchez highlighted the failure of South American countries to prepare for natural disasters. On the 7th of July 2005, a gang of 4 Islamist terrorists killed 52 people in London. They did this by placing bombs on the trains in the London Underground. This is a CCTV shot of the bombers entering the train station on the day, but many claim this picture to be fake. They say the railing in the background looks too distorted to be real, which is an embarrassingly bad theory when you think about it. But there is one thing that makes me question the picture. The picture was taken at 7:22 AM, which would give them just 3 minutes to climb the stairs, and buy their tickets, and enter the platform not to miss their train. Not many people go through life without seeing this image at least once. It captured the moment a Buddhist monk set himself on fire to protest the Vietnamese government. It was 1963 and Vietnam was ruled by a right-wing dictator with a Catholic regime. The regime was oppressive to Buddhist monks, which was a really bad move seeing as Vietnam is a Buddhist country. It won't shock you to hear that he was assassinated that very year. These days the regime is largely forgotten about, but the burning monk picture is just as recognizable. This picture is so controversial that I'm going to blur it out, so this video doesn't get flagged for hatred. In 2005, a Danish newspaper published several drawings of the Islamic prophet Muhammad. The only problem is that Muslims are deeply offended by any depiction of Muhammad. So these drawings caused international controversy, leading to worldwide riots, resulting in the deaths of over 100 people. That's a big reaction to a few cartoon drawings. The event was even described by the Danish Prime Minister as the country's worst international crisis since World War II.